Hello writers, in this video I will be going over how to use Microsoft Word. First, we are going to see this screen and it's going to take us to a bunch of templates which you could use. For example, if you want to make a menu, an MLA style paper, just to take notes, or you can even take a tour. For now, let's click on blank document and click create. So now we want to change the font and the font size. How do you do that? Let's type something out. First we want to highlight it, and up here where we see these words, we want to click the down arrow and you could change whatever font you want. So for now let's just choose Times New Roman, and let's say we want the font to be at 16. And there you have it. Change the font and the font size. Now we want to change the alignment. First, we want to highlight what we wrote, and up here where we see these lines, that's how we change the alignment. This is to the left, center, to the right. We see these two little arrows with the lines. We want to click the down arrow, and here you could choose whatever alignment you want. Depends on what your professor asks for, but usually we use double space, so we click on the 2. And now we have space here, but now let's say we want to have space between these ones. We go back and we click double, and there you have more space. So let's say you want to add bullet points. First thing you want to do is go up here to where it says bullets. Click the down arrow and you could create which one you want. It can be whichever, and start creating your list. So let's say you want to add a header and a footer. What you want to do is click on insert and you go here where it says header and footer. Let's start with the header, and you could choose whichever design you want here. So let's say I just want the regular one. There you have it. Now you have a header. So now let's go back and create a footer. Let's say you want to change it up a bit, make it a little different. So there you go. That is my footer. Alright, so now you want to add page numbers. What you want to do is go back to insert. Right here we have page number. You could automatically have page numbers, or you could format your page numbers. So you could have them on the bottom of the page or on the header, and you could align it to the left, the center, the right, inside or outside. So just stick to on the right and click OK, and there you have page 1. So let's say you want to change the orientation of this page. What does that mean? Do you want to have it standing up, laying down, vertical, horizontal? So we want to go here to layout, and you click here where it says orientation. Do you want portrait, landscape? Let's say we want to change it to landscape. Click it and there we have it on landscape. And let's say you want to change it back to portrait, change it back to portrait. So let's say you want to add a text box. We go into insert, and over here where it says text box, draw a text box. So now you just draw it and you could type. And then you can mess around with all these cool features that they have. So how do you add pictures on here? We go to insert and click where it says pictures. You could photo browse, picture from file, stock images, online pictures. First, let's click on photo browser. Here it's going to take us to our pictures. So let's say I want to add this cute picture of Buddy. There you go. Now we want to not make it so big, so we can make it smaller. And you see how I can't move it? You have to change wrap text, and you could choose whichever one of these features. So I would probably go with through. See, there you go. Now you can move it wherever you want. And then you can make it smaller, bigger, whichever. So let's say you want to add a stock image. This is basically images provided to you by Microsoft Word. So say you want to add a picture of a dog. And let's say you want to choose this first one. Click insert and there you have it. Change the size. Now remember, we have to do the same thing that we did to the other one to be able to move it. Just like that. So now we can move it. There you go. Alright, so how do we add shapes? We want to go here to insert, and here it says shapes, and you can choose whatever shape you have available to you, which are all of these. So let's say I want to put a heart. There you go. Now you can obviously make it smaller, bigger. You can even change the color. So let's say I want it red. And as you can see, there's a border on it. So let's say we don't want a border. Go here to no outline. There you go. Now let's say I do want a border. Then just click border. You could change the weight of it. Make all these things. So many things you could do with it. So just go around and mess with all these options. So let's say you want to get fancy and use word art. What you want to do first is obviously type something out. Want to go to insert, go here, word art. Let's say we want to add word art to this word art. Down here, and you can see how there's a bunch of options that you have for this. You just go around and see which one you like better. It's basically like types of fonts that are available to you. And obviously you can change the color if you don't like it. So these are all cool if you want to get fancy with your work. So let's say you want to use the draw option. Now what do you do there? Basically, you get to draw on your paper. Now I know what you're thinking, why do I want to draw on my paper? You never know, maybe you want to underline your title on your own. Maybe you want to highlight some things. Maybe you even want to, I don't know, add your own signature. So yeah, that's the cool feature about draw. Let's say you want to add a cover page. So what do? You go here to insert cover page and you could choose from any of these designs the one you like best. So I want to go with this one. There you go. So this is my cover page. Alright, so let's say this white is too boring. You want to change the color of the page. Where do you go? You go to design and here where it says page color, you go down and you can change to whatever color you want. Now don't make it too dark obviously, but have fun and mess around with the colors. So let's say you want to get fancy and you want to add a border. Where do you go? You go to design. Right here, click on page borders. Here you can create your own type of border. Now you create a box, right? You can choose the type of lines you want to use. So let's say I want to choose this cool looking one. The colors, say I want it this nice aqua. Let's say I want to create it with some little emojis. So let's go with these cool lightnings. Apply to the whole document or just a section, just the first page, everything but the first page, and then click OK. And there you have a border. Okay, so let's say you want to add a table of contents because your professor asked you to or because you want to personally. You want to go up here to references and click on table of contents. You can choose whichever design you like best. Let's say I choose this formal one. There you have it. Now you can go in there and change the little things you want. You can even change the page numbers. You can change these little thingies. There you go, table of contents. Okay, so let's say you need to add a footnote. Let's go here into references and you click on footnotes. And now here you see a little one. You type whatever you need. And there you have it, your footnote right where the little one is. Let's say you want to add citations because you need to reference whatever source you're using, whether it's MLA, APA, Chicago, you need citations. So you want to do is go to references and here where it says citations, click on it. Now here it gives you the options. You want APA, Chicago, and all these other options, but really you only use APA, Chicago, and MLA. So you decide which one you want, and you click on the plus sign, type of source, the author, title, and all these things that you need to add, and you click OK, and it should come out there. Then it will come out in your paper. So let's say you want to add a table. You go to insert, and here is this table. You add a table. Now you could, draw your own table, insert a table, or you could choose right here how many rows and how many columns you want. So let's say we just want a 5 by 5. And here you could click the down arrow and you could choose the color and the design that you want. So let's say I like this one. Now let's put a title. There you have it. Obviously, you could change the borders, change the color, like I said. You can mess around with your table. Now that you have your table, let's say it goes on to the next page like it does here. And you want to keep your title going on to the next page. Let me show you how. You highlight your title, double click, go down to table properties. And right here where it says row, repeat as header row at the top of each page. Click OK, and now you have the title on both pages. Alright, so let's say you need to download this document and you want it as a PDF. I'm gonna show you how. You want to go and locate file. For me, it's up here in this left-hand corner. So you go to file and you want to click save as. Here you could choose downloads, and here is where you click on PDF and click export. And there you go, it should have downloaded as PDF. So let's say you need to share this document, but you need a link. How would you get it? First, you want to go over here to where it says share, name your document. So let's say document, and you want to save it to OneDrive. Click save. There you go. It's gonna ask you to sign in. I do to sign in, and they're saved. So now that document is saved, you want to click on share, and here you click on copy, and there you go. Your link was copied. Now copy and paste it wherever you need. Awesome, congratulations, you have learned how to use Microsoft Word. Till next time, bye.